What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another episode. Today, you can see we have a special guest, but before we get started with that, my name's John.
I'm the fucking white belt slayer.
A.K.A.
I don't have a name today.
Anthony, come on.
Oh.
You freaking, what a loser.
I forgot my name.
And of course, if you guys go to our gym, you know him as Misa the Destroyer.
The original fucking white belt slayer.
Yeah, the taker of souls.
Yes.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, brother. Good. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad to have you as the first guest ever so far. It's like gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Break it in. We got a new setup, so we were like, let's bring people in and see how this works out.
So what I want to talk about before we get into everything is who remembers Misa's
opening our
first
beers
opening beers.
Yeah.
805s again today.
805s.
Next time, Leo, get the black ones. The cervezas are okay, but the original
I've
ones
never
are where
even
it's
seen
at.
those ones before.
Yeah, they're all right. They taste kind of like between like a Corona and a Modelo. Better than a Corona, but not as good as Modelo.
We have that.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's 10 in the morning or 9 in the morning on a Saturday. That's really what it is.
Oh, that's good. So refreshing.
Do you remember Misa's first day? Because I fucking do.
I don't remember his first.
I think I was like a 3 or 4 stripe white belt, thinking I was the fucking destroyer of worlds, at that time. Because like, I think at that period of time in my journey, I was smashing fulls, but I was getting the lighter rolls. I didn't realize I was getting the lighter rolls, and the upper belts weren't giving it to me yet. So I'm smashing fulls, and then like I think your first day was also Luke's brother's first day. He doesn't come anymore. The homie with the mullet walking with the cowboy boots. You remember him?
Jordan.
Is that his name? Yeah. So I walk in and I see these 2 corn-fed motherfuckers. Well, first of all, I heard someone say
that's pretty accurate.
So fucking me. Luke's brother is a real corn-fed motherfucker. I don't know how he's from here, but I remember someone said your name. I think I asked you your name when you first came in. You said your name. I was like, this Russian motherfucker right here. And then you and fucking Luke's brother are going like 1,000% on each other. And I was like, oh hell no! I'm not trying to roll with either of these fools right now. You weren't there when that happened. Oh man, it was right in the corner under the fan.
At least I don't remember.
These dudes were going after it. And then as soon as I saw you, like. Somehow he took you down and put you on your back, and you popped up, and like the way you held him, I was like, oh, this motherfucker knows how to grapple. I was like, he must be like a high school wrestler or something like that. And you guys were going so hard at each other. Do you remember their first roll?
Yeah, dude. It was. I mean, I've had a little bit of experience with grappling, but nothing consistent like how I've been coming now. So
Well, that takes us into the into the next thing. So this motherfucker's a real Marine Corps combative mother. So you started doing grappling in the Marines or before that?
No, it was actually before that. So I had a buddy in high school. We were all hanging out at my buddy's house, and then this little dude, probably 135 pounds, comes in, and he was a black belt, or a brown belt under Eddie Bravo.
Oh shit! So 10 planet dude.
Yeah. So then he starts. His cousin brought him around, and he was like, "Hey, I bet you we're all football players. Like I'm the smallest guy in my group for high school." And he brings him around. He's like, dude, I bet you my cousin can choke you guys out. We're like, yeah, right, dude. I'm like, yeah, right. So we get in the grass and we start going at it, and just one at a time, just start strangling us.
Oh, man.
And I was like, what is that? And then, so I started training with him just out of his garage. Like he just had mats in his garage, and every weekend I would go over there. And from there, I just, I joined the Marine Corps, and they have something similar. It's called McMAP, Marine Corps Martial Arts Program. It's kind of like a mix of striking and grappling.
So when do you throw in the striking? You get into like a dominant position and start striking, or
striking first?
Oh, okay.
It's always like strike first. It's like the aggression.
Yeah.
And
intensity.
then, and then take them down. And
what's the difference? You're fighting. That's training for your life. Kind of versus.
But so that's what I wanted to talk about. So now you're bringing it up. The idea of that system. It looks like some real fuck shit when you see it online.
Yeah, it's so. Like any martial art, I mean, you could pick it apart, but I think if you trained it frequently, it might be effective.
Well, I know there's a new white belt. He's kind of big, and he's done that. I think he's gone through that, and I've watched him roll. And when I'm watching him roll, I can see him like he's got something there, but he's super aggressive with everything. Like everything's like extremely aggressive.
I think everybody's aggressive in the beginning though.
But I think that's part of it though, is that training.
Yeah.
It makes you be aggressive, and so you come into like jiu-jitsu mats, and you're like super
see
aggressive. Like he was doing a can opener on someone. I was like, God damn!
I hit the semi-can opener on a white belt yesterday. The fucking, do you know what the Camel Crush is? Did you watch the Who's Next thing?
Yeah, that's like the.
It's from the scarf hold, and you just pull up on the neck. You know who fucking you are. You got it yesterday, motherfucker. White belt. But yeah, it's interesting you say that because the new dude came in. So do you remember Big Dave, SWAT Dave?
Yeah.
So Dave, is in the SWAT team in the
He's
counties
aggressive too,
that he works in, and he's aggressive. But he had years of training by the time he came in because he had already been a normal police officer, and he moved up to being on the SWAT team, which they grapple, they roll, they straight roll, yeah. And so he came in. I remember the first day. I think I saw him maybe like on a weekday, and then I went on a Saturday. And again, I may have been a blue belt already, or like a really early, like late in my white belt shit. And I rolled with him. I was like, I'm about to smash this big fat dude because he looked fat. This gi on, right?
Yeah.
Dude, he's jacked.
Oh my god, dude! He stacked me so hard my back popped, and I was like, yo, I gotta stop for a minute, dude. But yeah, so go back, keep talking about the Marine Corps shit.
Yeah.
It's like you learn the basic submissions like arm bar, mount. How to get out of guard and stuff, just like the regular breaking the elbows and the thighs, and so it's
never elbows in the thighs. Use the elbows to push down, but do not ever grind your elbows
on top of you. Enemy combatant on top of you.
Oh, if you got an enemy, just grab their dick.
And twist it.
Twist.
Yeah.
Dick twist.
Oil check.
Grab him by the dick.
Yeah. I'm getting
I mean,
what I
that's how
can
you
get.
get a showy roll gi
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, if you practice it frequently, then it's
useful.
definitely effective. But in the Marine Corps, you got a bunch of other things that you're training for, and I think that definitely falls to the wayside as far as like combatives.
It seems like most if you look at conventional warfare now, there's not as much.
It's not hand to hand.
Hand to hand. I mean, when you go into like when we first went in like Fallujah, that was probably as close to hand to hand combat that there was since like
people
World
were stabbing
War II.
people with knives like up
since
close.
World War II, that was probably the closest.
Yeah.
But that's seems to be more rare and rare as we go, especially as with more technology and
stuff,
drones. Dude, they're building. I don't know if you've seen. They're building like suits.
The armored
like
suits.
mech suits and stuff to make people strong. So like warfare is going to change. It's
not to dive too deep into it, but you did multiple tours overseas.
Yeah.
Did you ever get close to an enemy combatant?
I mean, just you use simple things like pressure point techniques to like control people.
Yeah.
Like, dude, people out there are tiny.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
like, the average American is way bigger than anybody out there. You can just fucking manhandle, and
So basically, your grappling career in the Marines was fighting with your fucking boys in the fucking base while you're waiting to do something.
pretty much. Dude.
So when you was it for you when you came into the gym, you already had some experience, but was there any like revelation going through that training in the Marine Corps, coming here, and then like obviously you weren't completely new, but I'm sure you were still like getting handled by certain people, and you're like, oh man.
I never saw this motherfucker get handled by anybody.
No, yeah, dude. I mean, once you get with the more skilled people or the bigger people, like because in the beginning I was just using strength. That's all I could do.
It's a good fucking weapon when you're strong like you are.
Strength and a little bit of grappling knowledge, and then but once you get with someone with technique, it's like actually don't work no more.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta. I definitely was like, it was an eye opener, dude. I was like, okay, how are these people so much better, and what are they doing? And that's when I started focusing on trying to see the ins and outs of the.
So did you know you were gonna want to sign up to like do jiu-jitsu, and like when you got out of I don't know your story like coming out to this area,
what made
like,
you
what
decide
brought
to
you?
do jiu-jitsu? Because I know a little bit of your story. So you were in the Marine Corps and you got out. You did private security for a long time, right?
Yeah, and I was actually a combatives instructor for them.
Oh, really?
That was cool. And that was actually a lot more. That was better training than the Marine Corps training.
Is that because you were doing it consistently?
Consistently, because I was an instructor, so I would be at all the academies and beating the shit out of the new recruits. It was dope, dude. It was dope. They put on this big ass suit. It's like I forget what they.
Is it like the dog bite suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's similar, but it's more mobile. It's like just padding everywhere, and you got a big old padded like halo helmet, and you just go in there and they let them rip, dude, and you just start throwing like haymakers, start freaking Uchimata.
We need to get Omar to bring back those slap things.
Yeah, Friday slaps.
Yeah.
Dude, it is.
That will change
It would
the
have to be.
dynamic
It'd have
a
to
lot
be a
of
weekend.
shit.
I think it'd have to be a weekend thing because you have too many like
hobby people.
hobbyists.
fuck
doing
that.
stuff
Give
on
me one of
Friday.
those
I think it'd have to be, like,
17-year-old
Saturday or
kids.
Sunday. But I think that would be cool to bring back. Bring that
It
back.
changes it, dude. It really does.
Oh, it changes it.
Yeah.
Because you think you're going for something, and then all of a sudden you get
Get slapped in the face.
like,
Like, oh
wait,
shit, that's
fuck.
not what I want.
It would change I would never play bottom.
Well,
I would just play top.
I think it would be a great, in general, for self-defense for people that are actually at our gym that want self-defense because it's an eye-opening experience.
I want to talk about self-defense later on, but keep going with when you were training.
Yeah, so they they have this program and it's set up so pretty much they have like a curriculum and it's the same kind of tactics, mostly like self-defense stuff and throws and like wrist locks and a bunch of stuff like that. But you know, it was
Wrist lock the world.
dude. It works. People, especially if you're not expecting it. Some drunk ass at a bar or something, you just grab his wrist.
I'm sorry. Sorry for wrist locking you. I apologize.
A couple white belts got wrist locked this week too.
I wrist locked one of the girls. It was an accident. Not really, but
you wrist locking girls?
I did. Yeah.
That's fucked up, homie. I'm gonna tell her husband.
He knows. She's like, he wrist locked me. I was like, oh shit. Oh
You better
shit.
put it on. You know, we all know. You know who we're talking about. I want you to put it on this motherfucker next time you roll. Yeah, look down.
You gonna hurt a man with a bad back?
An old man.
An old man with a bad back?
Hey, we're both older than you. Stop being mean to us.
Yeah, stop being a bully.
All right, so you were fucking up new people, new recruits.
Yeah, it was good. I got out of that, and then I started looking into actually for my daughter. Just one day I was driving her back from school, and I was like, I just got a fucking wild hair in my ass, and I was like, dude, I remember jiu-jitsu. I remember I loved it. I just never had time for it, you know. I had 3 jobs at that time, so I was like fucking 0 time. But I wanted to get her into something, and I said, hey, let's go try this thing. We went in there, talked to Omar, signed up. Like for a year immediately. I was like, dude, I want to be locked in. He tried to talk me into the trial class.
You signed up the first day too?
Yeah.
So I did the same thing. I walked in there, he tried to give me a trial class.
I
I'm signing up right now.
I didn't get any of that when I signed up. It was like, yep, sure, here's 1 year, like right off the bat. I'm like, okay.
He tried to tell me like, oh, just come in, feel it out, and same for your daughter. I was like, no, I want to be locked in because I want that commitment.
Yeah.
And
that's why I did 3 months too. Because I was like, I know if I sign up for a month, I'll do it and I won't come back.
Yeah. So it was all about her, and then of course I selfishly wanted to get into it as well. So then I started again, and man, it lit the fire again, dude. And then after that, I don't foresee myself ever stopping.
Yeah, same.
So yeah.
And I love that your whole family is doing jiu-jitsu now.
Yeah.
So it's the same for me, where I started with the boys, and then like my wife was there and my daughter was there, and they were always there, and then it was like all the girls were like, why don't you join, you know? And then now they all train, you know, and then like they're all blue belts. The only one not a blue belt is my son, and he's just not old enough to have a blue belt. So I like the fact that like your whole family got into it.
Dude, my wife, it's like from when I met her to now after jiu-jitsu, like night and day, man.
Confidence,
just like the ability to dig and push through daily shit, you know.
And grind through.
Yeah. It definitely changes your mental for sure. Because like when you're on bottom of someone and they're grinding you out and you want to tap, but you're like, give me 10 more seconds. Give me 10 more seconds. It does change your daily outlook on life.
I know it's a little early, but I saw that meme. I think I put it in our group chat where they were in the submarine and they were rolling, and they're like, oh, we never tap the pressure. I was like, dude. Yeah. But
fuck, dude, I almost tapped the pressure with Bobby the other day. Dude, him and I were rolling, and I think I did some fuck shit, so he started turning it on. And then he got me in this position. I was like, I can't fucking breathe right now. So I was just sitting there, I was like, okay, don't give him my arm, but let me try to breathe. And then we ended up going back and forth for that whole round. But
that's something that I've been trying to do lately is like if I'm stuck in someone's half guard, I'll try to do like heavy pressure for
on top or bottom?
From on top.
Yeah.
I'll do some
always pressure.
I'll do some crazy pressure. So that it's really uncomfortable, and then I'll do it for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and then from there I'll try to pass.
Just try to cook them so
then they're like, you know what, fuck it, pass. You know.
I got a
let them
couple
pass.
pressure taps last night.
Did you?
Pretty nice.
Couldn't be me.
I don't remember the last time I've tapped the pressure. And and Leo's put it on me where I felt like death, and I still like no, I can't.
He's heavy like the world. Yeah, dude. He's so heavy.
My first week, I remember Jay. I was going with him, and he was like, I tapped the pressure with him that first week. But he told me, I was like, how do I not? He was like, all right, I'm gonna do something. He was on top. He was full mount. Freaking hooks in. He's like, I'm gonna do something. Don't panic. I was like, okay. And he puts his fucking hand over my mouth and my nose, and I'm like, I start freaking out immediately, dude. I'm like, he's like, don't panic. He's like, you can breathe. You can breathe.
That's a perfect subject to talk about. Dude, so yesterday I was rolling with Kyle. Try not to say people's names, but fuck you, Kyle. I was rolling with Kyle, and he tried to trick me into giving him a single leg so he could choke me, and I was like, I'm not going to fall for this trick again. And anyway, he armbarred me from the guard twice.
Yeah.
I was pressure passing, and he caught my arm in this really weird way, and then rolled and armbarred me twice from the guard. But the third time he got me, he ended up throwing like an inverted triangle, and I was rolling through it, and I was like just trying to make myself as big as possible so he couldn't close his legs. And I'm focusing on trying to get my backs and lats like all out.
Stretch it, yeah.
And then I just feel this little fucking wiggle. I was like, what the fuck is going on? This little motherfucker pinched my nose in the middle of it.
No!
Right in the middle. He was just all, I felt his hand wiggle. I'm fucking trying to get big. His little hand wiggles at my face and he pinches my nose. Fuck you, Kyle.
By any means necessary, dude.
But
It's effective.
I think
it works. Do
what
that
you're
shit.
saying, that it sucks, especially how, like, just thinking about covering your face. But he's right. It's like you have to learn. You really have to learn how to cope. Because there are times where I'm like, in the beginning, not so much anymore. I have that problem, but in the beginning, you definitely panic. And I have asthma, so it would always trigger my
Your mental.
Yeah, it would like mess with my brain because I feel like I was having an asthma attack when I was being suffocated. Like that instantly, I was like asthma.
Double asthma.
And it took me like a while, but now like it's all about. Like there's a huge mental aspect to it.
We got
breathing too.
Breathing, dude. So
diaphragm breathing.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jay was the one that was like breathe into your diaphragm. Breathe it. So when he was smashing me, he'd be like that. He's like breathe into your diaphragm. Breathe, not into your chest. And it took me a long time to get that. But now that I do that, it makes it way easier to do that.
You just got to go back to the fucking goat, Hickson. Hickson just said you got to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Put
it's a huge mental part of it.
It's a big mental thing. Like I don't think you can tap me from top anymore. I mean, maybe, but it's pretty hard. Like because I've been in bad positions.
Without a submission.
Yeah, just pressure. Pressure.
I think I'm the same because I'll go into that space in my head and be like, this is temporary. This is temporary.
Yeah.
I'm like, eventually he's gonna move. Even if I'm completely stuck and I'm like I'm in my mind. I'm just like, I can still breathe a little bit. I can breathe like even if like when you're like I'm like I can still breathe a little bit, and in my mind I'm like this is temporary. He's gonna move. He's gonna try to make a move, and then you just gotta catch it. And I just wait.
That's what it's like when you roll with black belts. Like we have a black belt at our school that's always playing lasso and stuff, and like he's not trying to submit anybody. His game, he's done submitting people. He's just trying to cook you the whole time and rolling with him the whole time. I always want to die.
Yeah.
Like. I'll get out of a position, I'll muscle out of a position because he's smaller than me. I'll push him out of a position, and then he's right back there, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't even get a breath in that time,
I know what you're talking about. When I roll with him, I'm always happy when I can stay like in his open guard.
Yeah.
I just try to stay in his open guard because he like pulls you in with your lapels and he lasso and
I'm trying to go on the
spider
fire.
guard.
I'm gonna catch that motherfucker.
And I'm like, it's crazy because I'll feel like I'm passing and then boom, he's like back in the line. I'm like,
that's the worst part about it. It's like you're like, okay, I got out. It's time for me to work my game, and then he's right back there. He's like, haha, I got you. And you're just like, oh man.
Wraps your own lapel under your
leg. Under your leg.
Yeah. You too. We had to change the name of that sweep to the Misa sweep.
To the Misa sweep. Dude, in the lasso guard.
Lasso, man. My jam.
Dude, I remember when we went to the Beaumont for that open mat. It was like
everyone?
Thanksgiving or something, and you swept everybody with that. And then you were holding like a free seminar because everyone at the end was asking how you were doing it.
Yeah.
I hit that. I after that I started going. That's when I was like, I want to learn lasso. So I started digging into lasso.
I think there's certain moves that kind of like resonate with you. And there's some moves that as soon as you hit them, you're like, nah, that's not for me.
Yeah.
And the 100%. Ones that do, which like lasso for me, I was like, oh, I could do that, dude.
Yeah.
I just had to work on the grip part of it. And then after that, I was like, I figured this out.
You know who my wife lasso sweeps everyone the same way, and I'm like, how did you learn this? Like, I don't know where she got it. I think she watched like a video of like she likes homeboy from Legion a lot. Can't think of his name right now. White dude.
Yeah.
I think his name's Marcus Tinoco or something like that.
Oh, I don't know him.
He's like with Bernardo Ferrai's gym.
Oh, from BJJ Fanatics?
Yeah, that dude. So I started watching videos on him, and he has a bunch of different variations for like if they stand up, if they, if your knee gets caught in between, or it's just everything.
I'm just trying to grab those cheeks. You should have lasso sweep me. Just fucking roll my hand
hanging out
around.
yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah, you grab the pants, and I felt my ass hanging out.
So I got that sweep.
That was effective.
That shit worked. Dude, that pants grip, man, it stops a lot. I mean, I was rolling with somebody who could get on top yesterday and like kind of put it on me. And I grabbed under. I just grabbed his pants, and he was stuck, and he couldn't move. Anywhere. I was stuck too, but he couldn't use his game. He couldn't do what he wanted to do. He had to adjust, which allowed me to get up on top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless you want to be pantsed, you're not going to roll out.
Yeah,
of that,
I wear shorts. So I don't give a fuck. You can pull them out. I was whooping someone's ass a couple months ago, and my whole pants were off. And then Omar was like, "Stop!" And I was like, "Man, fuck that. I worked for this shit."
Yeah, you know what? There's it's kind of a double standard for women. Women have to wear shorts under there. Oh, they'll get
You know, you have to wear underwear and you compete.
Well, yeah.
It's a rule. It's in
Why
the book.
wouldn't you wear underwear?
No, so there's a. I mean, some
Be
people.
balling it up in that bitch. Yeah.
Some people don't like to wear underwear. So I can't remember who. Oh, it's a dude named Bill the Grill, who's like an old school legend, American. He was about to win brown belt worlds. He'd be the first American to ever win a major at that level, and they DQ'd him because he didn't have underwear on.
Why would you not wear underwear? That makes no
So
sense.
he had a bunch of matches that I guess going up to
Did he
the
shit himself?
point. No, he just took his underwear off because they were sweaty and like binding up. And he took them off, and they found out he wasn't wearing underwear, and they DQ'd him. And then the next year, they officially they had it in the books, but they DQ'd him for it. And also, he was going against a Brazilian, so
Yeah. I mean, well, there's a bunch of new rule changes that are going to be coming on for IBJJF, which maybe we'll cover in another. It'll be good on its own thing. But
all right, so back you were in the combatives, you were fucking up all the new recruits.
No, he was at the training.
You walked into our school, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, meeting everybody, I started seeing everybody. How everyone had their own game, and I started thinking like, now I got to start putting my thing together. I started thinking that pretty early, dude, and I actually started writing stuff down, not like anything detailed, but I would have like an outline, like this week, this week I'm gonna work freaking, takedowns or whatever it is, and I would just try to focus on that.
Dude, there was a while when you were at Uchimata and you fucking got me one day when my beard was still real long. You fucking Uchima'd me, and then you armbarred me like super quick. I was like, this motherfucker. And I get up, and half of my beard stuck in your belt. It was like a fucking tumbleweed. I was like, dude, you just fucking cut my beard off.
And he was balloon sweeping everyone for a while, too.
He still fucking is, dude.
Yeah, I like the balloon sweep, too. That's
man,
a good
fuck
one.
that.
Well, it works well when you're trying to go for like a takedown.
Yeah.
I try that first, and then they're already backing up, so I can just get underneath them. So, I mean, I just try to
stop that shit.
Try to make it flow. No, I got a sweet-ass one last week. Right, he was in the air, and I was kind of like holding there, thinking about what I was gonna do, and I was able to turn him and get an arm bar.
Oh, sick! Wish I was on video somewhere. You highlight people.
Yeah.
Dan brought that 360 video.
Oh, I think it was. You notice he left the clip up there?
Yeah.
I was the other day. I was getting ready to roll, and I looked up because I was dying. I couldn't breathe.
That was a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
I was wondering if he was gonna do anything with that footage though, because that
I'll hit him up.
dope.
I talked to him kind of on Instagram a little bit.
Be like, yo, let me get that footage.
What if you're just getting smashed in the background? Normally
I don't care. For me as like someone that's,
some white belt's fucking crushing you.
Look, when I post content, I don't my goal when I record at the gym, if anyone's watching, it's not to like I'm not trying to make a highlight reel for myself.
I don't know why you're always making highlight reels for yourself though.
I don't. If you watch all my videos, if I'm rolling with someone, I always show something that they did to me, and then I add something. So I never go straight up like I'm just smashing.
If you want a highlight video, fuck it, dude. Get a highlight video.
Nah, me. If you ever see a video of me, it's gonna be me.
I don't want to.
I
just want to make I like the idea of making the content back and forth because you're training with someone, so it's like giving them credit. Like they made me work or they put me in a position. So
I just thought of something real quick though. You smashed any white belts this week?
I did.
Tell me about it.
I mean, let's see. Yesterday I got arm triangle, worked to mount, arm triangle, and I worked. He made me work for it though, but I fucking got that in. Neon belly arm triangle, not just a regular one. With the arm triangle, what made a difference for me was that one time Carol showed like she went over like a whole class just arm triangles. And it was like the grips, and it's not pressure. It's like driving. Yeah. And since then, every time I hit the arm triangle, if I get it, it's game over. Like what she showed, those little techniques. Dude, I can't. Your neck is too thick.
Hey, let me stop you right there. Hopefully, he still listens. Sloth. I said the same shit to Sloth. I said because he tried to arm triangle me and I defended it. And I was like, yeah, I like the arm triangle, but I'd never be able to get on someone big like you. And he's like, why not? I was like, I can't grab my arms. He's like, what do you need two arms for?
I don't use the arms. I use
you don't need to do it. One hand.
Yeah.
Shoulder.
I showed you the one-handed one, didn't I?
I got that actually.
It's the best, isn't it? It's so. I had it on someone yesterday. I didn't finish it. I had this arm triangle so tight on, I thought my shoulder was gonna explode.
You just have to get super low. I noticed like if you're up high.
Yeah.
I've seen you trying to go for the arm triangle a lot this week. The one thing.
I love the arm triangle.
One thing that I was watching when you were going for it, and I think yesterday you started doing it. What I do that helps me get that arm is I crawl my hand all the way across.
Don't you feel like a black belt and do that shit?
And a few times I was watching you weren't doing that. You just kept going like this. And I was like, oh man, crawl that finger. But like yesterday you started doing it and you were able to like move that arm over. But that when you're going for it and you start crawling, it was funny though because when I went for the arm triangle, he was trying to go buck wild. He was like left, right, and every time my arm was just getting closer and closer.
It helps,
and I was using my knees to like base myself out, so he was able to buck me off, and finally I got it in. But that's what I've been doing this week, and then.
No, I don't want to. I want to talk about you smashing white belts.
Yeah, well, and then that north-south choke I've been getting on everyone. So everyone.
Is it a Marcellitine? What do you get?
I don't know what it's called.
Explain it with your hands real quick.
So basically, you go north-south. You get them to kind of lift their head. You get this arm, almost like a reverse guillotine, right?
Yes, yeah.
This arm goes underneath their arm because usually they're trying to protect for the paper cutter or whatever. So it goes underneath the arm, and then you kind of gable grip your hands like this. But this arm, in order for it to work, it has to be super tight.
But you're going under their armpit, grabbing the back of the lapel, or grabbing your wrist?
Yeah, so normally I'll set up the paper cutter.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone's defending the paper cutter really well.
Not with me.
And so then that's why I was trying to figure out something new.
You got to give them the belly of truth.
So then I so I get that arm in because they're usually lifting their head, protecting, and so I'm able to get that arm in. I'll grab this, and then you start sprawling backwards. So I'll keep my face on their chest. If they're really I'm sorry if I do this. They've done this to you, but if they're really sprawling up, I'll take my chin and I'll drive it right into the sternum, right?
Sorry.
Just to make them stop
But
bucking.
you finish it with your arm under their armpit.
Arm under the armpit, and then I'll sprawl back, and then sometimes they'll tap to that because their face will be in a position where
you can't breathe.
They just can't breathe. They're smothered. But if they're not tapping and I sprawl back, then I'll start going towards their face.
Yeah.
So their face, I need it to be. So my body's here, and I need their face to be turned this way.
You got that on me one time, I think.
I might have.
Yeah. It felt like a neck,
it's like a neck crank.
Yeah.
And then you start going over to the left and grinding your body into their face and pushing their face. So it's like cutting off the room, cutting off the space, and then you just And I've been working on that since everyone's been defending, but I've gotten a lot of white belts for that.
So
even higher belts.
You smashing white belts this week, Misa?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us about it.
That's when I got. I've been doing the foot sweeps.
Oh,
sick ass foot sweeps. Sorry.
Nah, fuck that.
I got a bunch of like shin scars, and I bet somebody else does too. But,
I saw you foot sweep Johnny too, bad. Like
why are you naming people?
God damn. Because he knows. I know. You know what I'm talking about.
Like the big white belt homie, he was like, dude, people are going to catch your asses in the parking lot. First of all, if you try to catch me in the parking lot, I'm undefeated on the street. What's up?
No.
the rules changed.
I was talking to Johnny afterwards because I seen it. And he's like, God damn. He's like, that shit will hit my shin. I was like, yeah, that's
like when you leg kicked him, basically?
See, I watch you.
On accident, yeah.
I watch what you do with people, and then when I get stuck with you, I'm like, I'm not going to let that happen. Fuck that.
Yeah, so you
I stay back.
Superman on him?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna get fucking my shins torn apart.
It's like a feeling, like it's a feeling thing.
It's 100% timing.
Yeah. It's all about timing, yeah.
Sometimes
it looks so good. When you get it, it looks so good.
If you make
we got a foot sweep shirt coming out in a couple weeks.
Oh hell yeah.
It's sick. Get that. So you can fuck up a couple white belts?
Yeah, I mean I've been doing just all my normal shit. The lasso,
that lasso sweep is almost unstoppable.
Dude, I've been working on it for a while now.
I got some hot shit for it. I was trying to do it too yesterday. Okay. I didn't get into the position though.
Now I want to start getting submissions from there because right now it's just all sweeps. But I want to start doing the omoplata from the lasso.
Couldn't you like lasso? Yeah, straight to the armbar, right? Because you're already in that position where they're like they're laid out this way, so you can armbar from there.
Just knee on belly and then just armbar.
I've also been doing pretty good against a lot of blue belts.
Yeah, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about fucking up white belts. I got a white belt yesterday, so I was dying yesterday. I woke up at 2:45. Woke up at 2:45, sat at the airport, flew home, went to my normal job, then came to the gym. I didn't want to come. And I got a white belt to roll with. And he said something, and I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to roll hard today, whatever you want to do. And another white belt who I didn't know, he listens to the podcast, and he was like, I thought you're the white belt slayer. And I was like, well, fuck, if it's going to be like that. Oh, sorry to the white belt I rolled with because he got cooked. He hit me with that.
I thought you the white belt.
I would like to tap, sir. Yeah.
I watched.
You did say it this time too, motherfucker.
I had to stop a roll this week because I don't remember who it was, but there was white belt on the bottom, and he got caught in. I think it might have been like an arm triangle, but this arm, his other arm, it was the free arm, was stuck underneath, and it was like getting pressured. And so he had like this, and then this arm was here, and then all that pressure was like the shoulder was here, and he was like this, and I could see his face, and I see this.
Oh, trying to
like
tap.
trying to
Yeah,
tap,
yeah.
and he couldn't tap. And I was like, hey, he
People
he's
forget about
tapping.
the verbal tap.
Yeah, they don't take.
I
try to tell them like
that.
I tell my kids
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah,
I
they
said,
tap.
Yeah.
always just get in the habit of saying tap,
Yeah.
even if you don't need to.
Yep.
Just because you get in positions sometimes where like even a great example is like an armbar when someone's really going for it and you're losing it. If you don't have the next step and you know that they're gonna catch it, if you as soon as you let go to try to tap, it's like boom.
Yeah.
So
When
you
they
have
fall
to say
back,
it. You have to say it. Yeah.
Speaking of verbal taps and people don't listen to him, this motherfucker right here, yesterday we were doing fucking, what was it, positional sparring in the beginning. You had me in the tightest fucking omoplata. My shit was going to explode and I was all tap. And you're just all, I was like, this motherfucker can't hear. I started hitting the mat as hard as I could. I know.
You're on the other side. Sorry.
Tap your feet, man.
I've also
I had to start like hitting the mat as hard as I could. I said it loud. He was just all, and I was like, my fucking shoulder is gonna
That's
explode.
when I was still laying down, right? Like, I was
You
still
must have
back,
been, you must have been, yeah.
I couldn't see you, man. Sorry.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'll give you a massage.
Yeah, no, it's good. I thought my shoulder exploded yesterday too. After that, I was like, today is not my fucking day.
You have the worst shoulder
Mobility.
Oh, dude, have anyone ever?
I was learning. You know the wrist lock from the Americana. So I was fucking around with that the other day, and like the way I was trying to get it, I couldn't get it. And then I realized that I can't. This is as far as it goes.
He can't squat. Remember, they tried to.
Yeah, I can't grab the bar. I can't grab the bar. That's
how.
how. So, but it's even worse than that. So I was getting Americana, and like you can finish the Americana without moving because that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
So when people try to Americana me, I have to hip out so that my hand can actually touch the mat.
Room. Yeah.
And then you can either hit. But if you grab the Americana and I can't hip out, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Especially my left shoulder. There's just zero mobility in it.
If anybody, Jay likes to do the one where he'll like cup your shoulder blade. And then start doing the Americana. As soon as he cups my shoulder blade, that's it.
Really?
Because if you get
Keeps
that
your shoulder
leverage,
from not moving.
You get that leverage on it, and then you just start.
Because you can push it past.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I got bad shoulders too, dude. I don't play around.
Is that from just fucking jerking dudes off when you're fucking overseas or what? How do your shoulders get messed up?
Dude, it's fucking rucksacks, man.
Oh,
Carrying
yeah.
100 pounds on your back.
100 pounds?
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
Easily with all the gear and the armor and all that shit.
We need to finish these beers and take a break.
I like that idea. I'm game. Anyways, we're gonna move into the next topic now that you guys know all about Misa here.
Beating everyone up,
Yeah.
being mean, shit to everyone.
being a big bully.
Wait, when did you have your fourth stripe when everyone got promoted last time, or did you get it that day?
In April?
Yeah.
No, I think I already had it. Yeah.
Fourth stripe blue belt going on black belt right here.
Yeah.
And congratulations to our fucking boy over here. He got his fucking fourth stripe. He's officially smelling purple belt now.
It is what it is. I ain't chasing belts. I'm just trying to chase the skills.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Anyways, so Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, they agreed to a cage fight.
Dude.
I don't know what the rules.
It's official? They're doing it?
They've agreed to it. I don't know if it's going to be put down on paper. I mean, like, when you're a billionaire, but I do feel like if any billionaires were going to do it, those two would be the ones to do it because they don't give a fuck. They seem more like they're not like.
No, both those dudes are just chasing clout.
Possibly.
Fucking
think
clout.
so?
100%.
Working with, because I've worked with people like that before when I was doing my security thing.
Yeah.
And I think that they honestly have some kind of disconnect with like normal
Reality.
society.
100%.
And maybe he's trying to get that back, like something
Good,
closer
yeah.
to normal.
Well, I mean, if you
know,
think
like-
about Mark Zuckerberg's actually competing.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That alone, that takes a lot,
Yeah.
especially if you don't have to. You have
Wait, hold
no
on.
reason.
Before we break this down, who do you got?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, all day, dude.
Man, you guys are fucking crazy. Elon Musk, and I hate that motherfucker.
Elon hasn't trained. Mark Zuckerberg is
You
training.
don't know that he's trained.
Mark Zuckerberg. Look,
Elon's out there, but he's not out there about everything.
Do you
Mark
think he
Zuckerberg's
has
training.
time with all the shit that he does?
Yeah,
That
he's got all
fool's
the
the
companies.
biggest scammer. He's not doing the shit that he says he's doing.
100%
He didn't design those SpaceX rockets. I know one of the
course
engineers
not.
for SpaceX.
Of course he
Yeah,
didn't.
but
He never said he did.
he's delegating all the shit.
Oh, yes, he delegates, for sure. Yeah,
That's
he definitely said he
what-
designed those rockets. Though.
He knows his shit,
Yeah.
but he hires people smarter than
doesn't know
That's
his
how you
shit.
make money. You hire people smarter
You
than
have
you
to,
do
yeah,
shit.
but I've heard him say some shit, and I was like, you're wrong. And I knew he was wrong. But I got Elon. He's way fucking bigger.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to. They're gonna have to come.
He's on the shit.
They're going to have to come down to.
They're
weight
fucking not.
limit or
Zuckerberg's
something.
like 120 pounds. Elon's like 200 at least.
Really?
Dude, he's a little fucking dude.
They're so rich. It's not gonna take a lot for him to be like, hey, you know those videos. Like, he's going to hire, like, you know, Debo or whatever to come over. Every time he's, like, eating something, he's like, get that out your mouth and just fucking smack the shit out of
there's
it.
a bunch of dudes out there trying to train fucking Elon right now.
I'm sure.
Because they're like fuck Zuckerberg. They're like...
How long do you think it would take for him to get up
First
to
of all...
Not that much longer.
Zuck
Think about it.
Looks like trash.
Zuckerberg has only been training for...
Let's say a year.
Maybe a year.
Yeah.
But he is training with some of the freaking... Like,
I have never
Yeah.
trained strikes in my entire life, and my striking looks better than his.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
Is it going to be a cage match?
It's supposed to be a cage match.
They supposedly said MMA, but
I'm down to just see him do
Zuckerberg's a
jiu-jitsu.
little bitch ass. Ain't gonna do shit.
I don't know.
Elon's huge. He's got to be at least 200 pounds.
Yeah, but that doesn't make a lot. He can gain weight and he can lose a little weight, and they can
There
be in
ain't
the middle.
no-
What about cardio, though? If you're that big and you haven't been training.
He's on the shit.
Look, I just watched a video.
100%
I
on
just
the
watched.
shit talks about it.
I just watched.
Yeah.
I just watched this video of this girl in Miami. She was like a MMA fighter. I don't know who she was, but some random
She all
dude.
cheeked up?
Some random dude. No, she's like super skinny. Some random dude, drunk dude, was like, I'll buy you a drink if you can take me down and tap me in a minute. He's 100 pounds heavier than her. 100 fucking pounds heavier than her. So go out there, boom. He took her back. She took his back. She went for a takedown, single leg. Didn't get it. Went to the back. He fell to the ground. Rear naked choke.
I got more
20
than 100.
seconds.
I got
but
more.
that's the point.
Yeah.
That's 100-pound difference between a woman and a man, and she was able to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing. There's not going to be huge. It's not going to be a big deal between weight.
You think
They can
Zuckerberg's
make
gonna
it up.
fucking ankle? And what belt was that girl? What was her level of fighting?
I don't know.
Was she a pro MMA fighter?
I don't know. Yes, she was.
So I don't think any normal 160-pound dude could knock me out. But if you train MMA, if you've got a week, I think you could because they know how to throw a strike.
Mm-hmm.
A week?
I mean, a couple weeks, being able to throw a strike.
I think it takes more than that, but I think I think Mark for sure.
Y'all some Facebook dick suckers over here. Does Facebook own YouTube? Google
No,
does, right?
Google
Yeah,
does. Yeah.
fuck Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
That's why I make sure we don't get banned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Mark's been training, and you have to give him respect. He's out there like as a billionaire.
I know some shit about
and
Zuckerberg I can't say
competing, you know what I
personally.
mean?
So yeah, no, he's a piece of shit, dude.
They're all pieces of shit.
No, but he's like
you think
Elon's a piece of shit
Do you
too.
think you become a billionaire by not stepping on people?
No, 100%.
Like you have to be willing
or
to just step
stealing
on
Facebook
people,
from the
or
Winklevoss twins.
But I mean, think about anybody. Look at Microsoft. Microsoft, they stole shit from everybody
Oracle.
else. So
Yeah.
everyone stole stuff. That's how they made their money.
Yeah.
You just got to be ruthless.
Yeah, but
Who's more ruthless?
I think Elon is. Elon stole everything he's ever done.
I for sure think I would see Elon on Tren and
Well,
fucking,
he's for sure.
He's
Jack,
gonna
yeah.
just go all in.
Yeah, he's for sure on TRT and Ozempic. 100%.
He doesn't look like he's on TRT. He looks fat as fuck.
No, those pictures are old. He looks jacked again. His face is all chiseled and shit.
I have to see it.
They keep posting when he look like a Lego.
Yeah.
But he don't look like a Lego anymore.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah, he looks jacked now.
Yeah, I haven't seen any recent pictures, but I still think I actually like Elon Musk. I like what he's doing. I like a lot of the stuff he's doing, but I think Mark Zuckerberg would take it.
It would be interesting to see if it really.
Why do you have
does
Zuck?
happen, dude.
Just because he's training?
I mean, just looking at, I've seen him roll a couple times. He's not the best, but at least he's doing something. I haven't seen any videos of Elon training, so I can't really.
Dude, I don't even know if we actually know that Elon's actually training.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
don't think
saying.
he is.
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing anything.
What if he's just saying, like you said, what if he's just like chasing some clout?
All right, so
seeing
what if he
happens?
puts like a fucking robotic Tesla arm in there and you don't know and he fucking cross faces you and busts
Hey,
your shit open?
I
Just
will
has,
say,
like, the
maybe.
brain chip in?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Maybe
Download all the-
he has that, and all
Like-
of a sudden
like
he's
the
like,
Matrix.
I got it all here. I
He's like
got
the Matrix.
everything. Boom.
Yeah.
And that's a different story. Now we're talking about. Now
Imagine
we're
that,
changing.
dude. If you could do that, just download. Like, what if you could
All
just be
the
like,
moves? That's like,
I wanna
the
be-
Matrix.
I want to be
Yeah.
Hickson Gracie right now, like in his prime.
He
That
could
would be
do
dope,
that
dude.
shit too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that shit's real, the neural chip. I mean, I think it is.
It is
but,
real.
But I don't think it's like for humans yet.
No.
But imagine
they've done it on monkeys.
But imagine if he's been using it for a while because he said he would do it first.
Yep.
And he is like one of the fucking smartest people on earth. At least
smart for sure.
business-wise, you know.
For business wise,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't fucking
Well,
start,
that- I mean, that-
you don't
every-
start video games and then fucking be the richest dude in the world.
I mean, that's why when that's I mean, not to kind of.
I'm an Oracle of Omaha motherfucker. First of all,
get out of the jiu-jitsu stuff. When he bought Twitter, he fired
Dude,
like half the fucking company.
he did that,
and
but
everyone
he-
was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe!" And it's like, dude, he's looking at this company. And he's watching all these people. They're just fucking there collecting checks.
Yeah.
They're lazy as fuck. They're
But
not working.
when you buy a company, you buy it because you believe you can run it better than the previous administration. Which I don't really fuck with Twitter. I don't know if it's better or worse, but I'm sure it's making money.
It's making money, and
I'm about to
less
buy a
people
blue check
know.
though. That's all I know. I got to get Twitter so I can buy a blue check.
You can just buy a blue check on Instagram.
Yeah, that's right.
Really?
Yeah.
$20.
Oh shit! I'm about to get blue
a
check.
month. A month.
I got $20 a month.
I'll say there was. I'm not gonna say who did it. But
Who did it? Tell me.
Nope. But he did not. I had more followers than him, and he got the blue check, and his Instagram blew up to like 14,000.
Fuck! I gotta buy the blue check.
So once you get to like 10,000, there's benefits that you get. Like you can start putting links in. Like there's a bunch of benefits that you can get from having a bigger social media presence on there. Plus you get more free shit, and I'm all about free shit. So if you're a sponsor, you want to sponsor this podcast, hit me up. Free geese, we'll do some shit. I'm not. I'll talk. Well, I'll let you guys.
It's got to
know
be
after.
times 2 because I want one too.
Yeah.
Let him do the work so I can collect off of it.
Yeah, show you roll.
Ripstop pants, show your roll. Come on, dog. Stop making
I
those
like
goddamn cotton pants.
I like cotton pants.
Why
I like
would you get
the super rare are cotton. I actually like them, but although they get super sweaty.
homo?
Have you guys ever tried the origin stuff?
I was
Not
trying to buy.
yet.
I want to buy an origin gi, but they take like 8 weeks to get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those look dope
Yeah.
too.
And,
I
like,
was
I've
thinking
been-
about my next gi was gonna be one of
Yeah.
those.
I wanna
You
get
know
that
what got
new one
me
they
too
got.
was the Jocko commercial just made a commercial on Instagram, and I was like, he's like, we gotta give him a minute. Car.
Get.
I don't even know if it'll hear it.
Yeah, we heard it last time. Yeah,
Did we?
yeah.
Yeah, you can see the
it.
little
Yeah.
flicker.
So Jocko is not the founder of Origin. He came in later on as an investor.
Yeah.
But Leo knows the founder of Origin. They
Does
train
he?
together.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's dope.
because Origin's from the East Coast.
What's
Okay.
his name?
He's got a crazy name like Dedeco or something like that.
I like that
So there's two dudes. There's the big giant bald dude.
yeah.
That's the artist, and then Dedeco was like the black belt that he was under.
I love that they're American made. That's the
Yeah,
big
that's
thing
why I wanna
about
get
it.
one.
You know,
That's
and
exactly
and the
what I
price
want.
is not crazy for being American made.
They're like $350 if
Yeah.
you get the dope one.
Yeah.
That's high for, but yeah, it's American. So it's American grown cotton, American weaved cotton, and then assembled in America as well. So I'm about to order a bunch of cotton from fucking Pakistan and try to make a new gi because I want them to fit. I'm tired of gis not fucking fitting. Do gis fit you when you buy them?
Yeah.
What about you?
They're always a little long.
Yeah.
I got a weird.
Well, yeah, they are usually long. So I have to
What
trim
size
them
gi
a
do you
little
wear?
A3.
bit. Normally I buy A3 until recently. A2.
How is this motherfucker wearing an A2 and you wear an A3?
A2. The short roll's A2. I'll bring it out.
I got a long torso. Like everything else is like my legs are. Stubby.
I'm a little man. Remember?
Let's go back to that. How much you fucking weigh this week, motherfucker?
200. I've been dieting. This is why I've been dieting.
Wait, say that
making
number
sure-
again. What was it?
That's suspicious. 200. 200.
And what were you when we started this?
When I started what?
This podcast?
About 200.
Less than 200. This motherfucker's getting fatter.
So I knew this weekend we have the event today, and then tomorrow we're gonna go eat. So I was like, I gotta make sure that I'm.
This is a weekend of getting drunk.
Yeah. So I gotta make sure I'm lower weight so that I can make weight next weekend at 208. So I got that 8.5 pound, or 8. It's 0.8, right?
Mark it.
0.8. So I gotta make
Mark
sure.
it.
But I
Motherfucker's
still have to
getting
go
fat.
in and put and change it. As long as my back.
better hurry up and do that
my
shit.
back. Yeah, I gotta do it today.
It's the last day, isn't it? Or to the 30th?
It's usually the weekend. It's the weekend before. It's
Yeah,
usually
but it's
the-
next weekend. Today's the weekend before.
Yeah.
You better go on there and change
I'll
that
do
shit like
today.
when we get
Yeah,
done with this.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna be a shitty weekend of me cutting.
Then your back's really gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, but dude, that's hopefully my. I'm a little concerned. Like
I ain't never pulled out nothing.
I
homie.
like struggled to get up. Yeah, you did. Are you competing this weekend?
I sure am.
Oh, you fucking bastards!
I'm going to Florida too. I'm gonna go try to hit some gyms in Florida and try to just get my sweat on so I can keep ready. There's only 2 dudes in my division. The
What's the
likelihood
worst that
yeah.
can
I get a
happen,
bronze no matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna go out there, you're gonna give it your all, and that's it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab someone's dick this week.
You know what the thing is? The reason this one is
Choke
cool
them
is
with
because so many people are gonna be there. So a lot of our team members are gonna be
Yeah.
there. Even some of the white belts. They've been coming up to me and they were like, "Hey, are you guys competing? Are you competing?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I'm competing." I'm like, "Sick. It's good for you, man. It's good to
Yeah,
go out
dude.
there and try it." And then I'm like, and then
once you compete, you officially become part of
yeah,
the team.
and then that's what I'm saying. Then you become like I think we've talked about it. Like there's people that compete consistently, and there's like also the core people that are always there, and then like it
Help
just
with
changes.
the
It changes,
All the real motherfuckers out there getting it.
It just changes the dynamic of yourself in the camaraderie in the gym
Dude,
from
once you
like
go-
just someone that just comes in every once in a
for
while,
sure.
you know.
If you sweat and have some kind of adversity with someone and you have like a similar experience, you just get that camaraderie.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
Ain't nothing like sweating another man's mouth.
I was rolling with Cassie yesterday, and I freaking sweat, and it went right into her eyeball. She's like, ah!
The worst is for me is the
Ears.
dude.
Oh, it's so bad. Did you ever get it like in your actual ear hole?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And you feel like it's just in there. You're like, ah.
Yeah, I was. Brianna was telling me that one of the girls told her, she's like, I never even thought you could suck nut sweat in.
Oh yeah, no.
And then she was like, now I'm all paranoid about
She
it.
was I forgot her name. We were there early.
Don't be
for the
talking
kids'
names,
fest.
Playboy.
But anyway, she was there and she was talking about the podcast. Awesome. Thank you for watching. If you're listening,
Make sure you like and subscribe.
She was mentioning that she started watching it from. She's like, I have to watch it in order. So she's going one.
She was
two,
telling me
three.
that too. Yeah.
And so then and then she goes, the way he described it. He's like, and then I was visually thinking about it. And it was exactly, she's like, I didn't know you could do that. And then she's like, and then I was wondering, have I ever sucked in vagina sweat? And I was like, God damn.
That sounds like a good time to me. Shit.
I was laughing so hard. I was like, oh my God.
I am the sweaty guy, so I'm sorry.
I'm sweaty too, though.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, you're
dude.
about to be
When you
more
get on
sweaty.
TRT, that shit is sweaty. That's how you know who's on it. Motherfuckers be lying, like, I see you sweating. I see the way you're sweating. I know you're on
For me, it's
TRT.
the pre-workout.
I was,
What kind of pre-workout do you take? You get the Walmart shit?
C4.
That's the Walmart shit, huh?
yeah.
Oh, man.
But I don't
I'm
take
that
the full,
shit's-
I don't
I'm
take the
taking,
full dose.
I'm
How
taking,
much is a full dose? One scoop?
Woke
It's
as
like
fuck.
300 milligrams, yeah.
Yeah, I
take
take
like-
woke as fuck by Bucked Up. That shit is fucking good. That shit is good.
This motherfucker's
But I
trying
don't
to
use
get
it
free
before.
shit and he's buying like $80 pre-workout.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I always buy when it's on sale. Like they'll have like buy one.
You know
get
what's
one
really
half
good?
off.
That C4 from Walmart. You get all itchy and shit. Do you get itchy from it?
It's
No,
nice.
actually,
Oh,
I
dude,
got
I get
the
so
one
itchy from it.
Without
The
the
niacin.
yeah, without the niacin.
Yeah.
in it.
I got that black chrome one before. Fuck, I was itching.
Yeah.
The one
Co-
thing-
you know, Costco sells them, and they're better.
really?
They're cheaper at Costco. They get the bigger. You get the two
This one's a
pack
Costco
for the
shield.
price that you get the one pack at Walmart.
That's a good
That's
deal.
why I go to Costco.
Yeah.
When I was getting C4, that's where I was getting it. Because
All right, so
yeah.
official Elon, or you got fucking Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
You got Zuck, Elon. All
We'll
fucking
see
day.
how if it happens. We'll
Yeah.
come back to this and be like, I fucking called it.
Yeah. I got another
it.
subject. This one might make you a little salty out there. And if you're salty, get on the fucking mats. If you're a fucking parent and you don't fucking train and you're talking shit to your kids, get on the fucking mats and come see me.
Yeah.
Because I will put my in your mouth.
You will be sucking nut sweat. Yeah, that, I see it all the time. I mean, I'm sure.
So
you
we
see it
all
too.
we all have kids here.
Yeah.
I have a kid. He doesn't train. He's just not into it. But both of your kids train.
Yeah.
Does your son train?
Yep.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
all 3,000 of your fucking kids train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire team, dude.
Yeah, they.
Hey, one of those
I see it
videos
all
you
the time.
posted, your fucking kid is trying to
Yeah,
jump guard
he was.
on me.
I saw that. I was like, dude, that's funny. When you were like sitting down, he tried to jump over to you. He should have gone for the flying triangle. He probably would have hit it.
Dude, I think it's tricky if you're a parent and you're trying to, if you're there watching them. You can. I mean, obviously you got some time, but also
That's a good point.
if you're trying to show them lead by example and you're yelling at them and telling them, hey, this is how you do it, but you're not actually doing it. I think it's kind of It'll send
100%.
mixed signals.
That's
Yeah,
the fuck.
100%.
That's what makes me mad. It's like, hey, if you're a parent, and you don't train, but you're there. You're there to set your kid's playing a sport, basically,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you can't. Parents can't play baseball or whatever, right? So I understand it, but a lot of the parents grew up playing baseball, so they understand it, right? Where this is different is when you're telling someone, put your arm here, do this. It's like, bitch, let me see you fucking
Just
do
stand
it.
up.
Yeah, just stand up.
It's a
like,
whole. Well, it's like. As someone, if you were a parent and you visually you think it's just stand up or just do this or just do that, but you don't realize they can get caught here, they can get caught here,
Yeah.
you can get caught like this. So
people don't know that. It's like, okay, it's like someone's got some weird position on you, and if you think you need to put your hand on the mat or whatever to push yourself to stand up, you don't know if you put your hand on the mat, you're gonna get your shit ripped.
Yeah.
You know, you only know that feeling when you're there.
I even me like I try not to coach Noah when he's like.
Man, shut the fuck
I
up.
said
You're out
try.
there coaching the whole time.
said try.
Arm bar, fucking triangle, blah, 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 hitting out shows.
that's
It's a
what
video
Nathan-
game.
that's
It's hard
what
not
I
Nathan-
heard you doing it to
yeah,
no fucking
that's what
potato the
Nathan-
other day.
It's hard
No,
not to.
dude, well, both of them are competing, so I'm trying to like.
Up their game.
I'm
Don't
like,
let this
dude, you gotta
motherfucker lie
like
to
you
you.
gotta go, and like do your transitions. And
How
the
come you're not
difference
go,
between them-
fucking transition in?
Because I'm not young like that.
How come you're not go-go
My
gadget
back's
fucking
out.
getting
I
on it
am,
and shit?
bitch. I'm just having white belts all day.
All right.
What you fucking talking about?
Ain't nothing wrong with fucking smashing a couple white
rice and
belts.
beans.
It's rice and beans, yeah.
No, this fool's always trying the fancy shit.
I don't try anything
He's like,
fancy.
oh my god, I saw this new video on YouTube. I want to try this. Fucking Instagram, fucking jiu-jitsu over here.
That sounds like an awesome name for a Instagram
jiu-jitsu.
account.
Yeah.
Instagram jiu-jitsu.
All right, fuck you. Tell me about your fucking kids and shit, Misa.
Yeah.
Dude, I just try. I mean, I have to bribe them, to be honest, dude.
Well, one of your kids is really young. How old's your son?
He's 4.
Yeah. He's out there putting the work in at 4?
He started at like 3, yeah, like 3, almost like 2.5, yeah. So basically, when he started, it was just rolling around and getting familiar with taking direction from other people, and you know. But now, dude, the night and day difference. The other day, Father's Day, they were grappling with their cousins, like just rolling
beating
around.
them up,
dude.
Oh, he smashed them?
I looked away for 5 seconds, and I look over, and my son is like on top of his cousin and like mounting and starting to do
Cross collar
Ezekiel.
Oh
dude.
shit!
And I'm like, no, like stop. He doesn't know how to tap.
That's
Stop,
so great.
Stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, just chill out, man.
That's so awesome, man.
But I mean, you know, it's good, but then you have to, you know, sometimes they don't feel like it, and I bribe the shit out of them, dude.
Yeah.
For tablet time, because that's their major like currency.
Yeah.
They're like, they want to be on the tablet. I'm like, if you go to class, however long you're there, that's how long you get on your tablet.
That's cool.
Did you do the was it Hoyler seminar?
Yep.
Or Hoy seminar? And
He told me that. I asked
and he
him that, yeah.
specifically was like, hey, if you have to bribe your kids, bribe your kids.
Yep.
Be
I
like,
bribe the
oh,
shit
you
out of
come,
them.
I'll give you money. So
Yeah.
That's actually one of our black belts told me the same thing. I asked him because he has kids in there, and they're fucking awesome, dude. We know these kids, and it's like you see how good they are, and I try to pick his brain and be like, hey, what did you do? How did you get them so into it? And he told me the same thing, dude. He's like, my youngest one, he was kind of not into it, but I would bribe him. I'd be like, you know, if you do this, you get that, and it works, dude.
and I think a big
Kyle's
part.
kids are savages.
Yeah,
dude.
they're pretty good, too.
Fucking savages.
They're really good. They're going to be monsters.
They
as
look like they
grow
really
up.
enjoy it, too.
What
Yeah, they do,
I think
for sure.
I think the key for all parents, you can bribe them all you want, whatever you got to do to get them there, but it's to what do you call it? Feed them with positive reinforcement. Everything has to be positive reinforcement. Everything, but like even if they do bad, be like, hey, yeah, you kind of messed up here, but dude, you did this, it was awesome.
Well,
you did that was awesome. Give me a high five. I'm proud of you. Like it always has to be positive, so that that attachment grows like a positive aspect.
Well, Hoyler and Hickson and Horion all talked about that shit. I think it was Hoyler talking about it last time he was at the school, that if he won, his dad would give him like $10, and if he lost, he'd give him $20.
Yeah, I do that with Noah when he competes. So I don't make the kids compete. That's one of the things. Like I say, hey, there's a competition. Do you want to compete? And then for Noah, a few times I've offered him money.
Kid fight club over here.
A few times I've been like, hey, if you win or lose, I was like, yeah, I don't do like less.
What's up? Can I get some money?
No.
Come on.
And so like win or lose, I'll give him some money or whatever. That's what I charge for Noah. You get like 5. I mean, you get an acai bowl.
Fuck yeah, those are like $15, dude. Those motherfuckers out there getting paid.
But like this one that's coming up, like both of them, like, hey, can we compete? And I was like, yeah. But I think that's also like you were saying is like, and what we were talking about is like you can't coach if you're not. You shouldn't be. Well, number one, you shouldn't be coaching your kids if you're not in training because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But that's another part of the competition for me is I can't ask my. And it's completely different than playing baseball. Mm-hmm. Like I can have my kids go play baseball and play a competition, and I won't feel bad if I'm not playing baseball.
Yeah.
This is different. It's more. It's way different than that, right? Like combat sports is like. It's a whole different fucking ball game, right? So
not only can you get hurt, but it's emotional.
It's emotional, especially when you lose. Yeah. Like when you train, and you fucking lose, it fucking hurts, man. It sucks when you really put in all your effort and you lose. It's
you can actually get hurt.
Yeah. And so
I just take it out on the white belts.
That's what they're there for. That's what you're there for. No. But. I think that's another reason why I do compete too. Is it's like I want to show them that like, hey, look, I can still do it. I'm still out there. So you don't need to be scared to compete if you want to compete. But again, if they want to compete, they compete. If they don't, they don't.
Dude, you know what I noticed? My daughter competed in one of the in-houses last year, and she's only 8. She was 7 at that time. You know, and she had zero nerves, dude, going into it. And I was trying to like cultivate that. You know, I wasn't pushing her in any way. I was like, hey, kind of like trying to get in her head, like, what's your game plan? Like just try to feel her out. But after that, I noticed that she was calm as a bomb, and I was like, dude, I'm staying away. And I think that was the good move, dude, because she went in there, she won, and you know she was just
super excited.
Yeah, it was just like normal day.
Well, like, I don't think I could do it. I'd be Brazilian as fuck out there.
The last
fucking slapping the mats, yelling at the fucking referee and shit. Yeah,
I got a great example of like what not to do when you compete as a parent. So the last competition Noah did was in-house at Beaumont.
Is that when he got his shit ripped and said he didn't want to tap?
Yeah. So he went in and, you know, they took forever. It's in
Beaumont?
So they took forever. Or it wasn't Beaumont. It was San Diego.
Yeah, I don't think Beaumont's ever done one. They're doing one.
They're doing one now, yeah. It was San Diego. And so they took forever, whatever. He was pissed. He wanted to leave. And I was just going to leave because, like, he just wasn't feeling it. So I was like, fuck it. Let's go eat, you know. And then I told Omar, I was like, hey, we're going to leave.
Why is always food with you?
He wanted to go eat, but he didn't eat that morning because they said we're gonna roll at this time. So he didn't eat. So he got there, and then it was like 3 hours later, and he was hungry.
Yeah.
So he was irritated. Yeah. But anyway, so
he was hangry.
He was definitely hangry. So I mean, but I get it. So I told him, I was like, hey, we're gonna leave. Like, here, this is what time you're supposed to roll. This is what time it is. This is crazy. And he said, give me 5 minutes.
Then Omar pulled the Omar shit and went over there and talked to the people putting it and said, hey, we're gonna roll now.
Yeah. And so he went and he rolled. And he smashed the first dude. That other guy went against him, smashed him. And then the dad was sitting behind us from that other kid. And he was talking to the kid right next to Noah. And he goes, you're going to smash him. You're going to beat him. This kid has nothing on you.
I wonder if that dude
like,
trained.
He was like just, he was just like going off like on all this shit. And I just told Noah, I said, don't listen to him. He's being an idiot. I was like, just go out, have fun, you know, do what you do. He goes out there, fucking starts doing pendulum. He pendulum sweeps him. He's like just throwing him around. And then he's like winning by points. It was like 14-0. And then he gets caught by an armbar at the end. He doesn't tap to the armbar. Is able to escape. They almost stopped it. You know, with kids, they like they almost stopped it, but the score was so different. You know, like it would have been messed up. Yeah. So they held out, and then at the end he won. And at the end, the kid went to his dad and was like bawling, and he says, "You told me I can win. You told me I was gonna win this."
Yeah. But you should, you know, tell your kids they can do anything.
I agree, but the way that he did it, he said he was like, "You can beat this kid. This kid's nothing." Like it was really negative. Like
you know, a savage.
And so when he won, he was like, "You told me I can win." Blah blah blah. So when I tell them, I'm like, "Dude, you guys, if you go out and do your best, you guys are gonna win." And but I always say, "Hey, if you lose, it doesn't matter as long as you go out and you put everything on, you leave everything on the mat." This is what I tell them. I said, "If you go out and you leave it on the mat, and when you walk off that mat and you come off and you know there's nothing else you could have done." That's all you could ask for. That's
so why you aren't there leading by example? Why aren't you carrying the boat, sorry?
I leave it out on the mat.
I don't be seeing you leave it on the mat.
I leave it on the mat.
You're out there stalling people out, standing up.
Look, that's my game. I'm following protocol.
No, I think that's a good point, dude. Like if you the way that parent was, I think that adds pressure.
It adds way more pressure.
Because you're like in your mind, maybe he was calm before that, but now in your mind you're like, oh shit.
Now I have to win. Yeah. My dad thinks I'm gonna win.
I think. If you're a parent and you're coaching, I should be able to call you out.
Yeah, there was that video, or there was a gym owner who was talking about where the dad was like, just stand up, and then he was like, no, next round you're coming with me, and he pulled the dad out of like watching
and dropped his nuts on his face.
Dropped him. Yeah, it basically smashed him, and then after that it was like the dad was like, oh. Like, okay, I didn't get it. Like, I wasn't understanding. Like, I can't do anything.
I want to catch all the jack parents, too, the ones that you can tell work out. I'm like, come see me.
There's
I'm all fat and out of shape. I will beat the brakes off them. I'll hit them with some nice shit real quick to fill them out, then I'll just grind them.
I think, like, kids that train in general have a better appreciation towards violence and understand what...
Or just towards hard things in general.
Well, hard things in general, but from a school perspective, you know, like, I'll say Nathan... my kids got in trouble at school for roughhousing a bit, you know, and not negatively. They were just roughhousing as kids do what kids fucking do.
Yeah.
And so he got in trouble because he was obviously
cross-choke someone.
Yeah, the dominant position, you know, and whatever. And then the principal, you know, they had the cops there and stuff, and I was like, this is stupid. And I was like, you know, she was talking about it. I'm like, look, if you know, she was talking about him being aggressive. I'm like, if he was aggressive, we'd have a whole different conversation because
there'd be little kids out there asleep.
Yeah. I'm like, I was like, you would have kids asleep, or you'd have someone with a broken arm.
Yeah.
I'm like, he wasn't being aggressive. If he was aggressive, we would have a whole different conversation. And then here's a different thing that I think if you don't do jiu-jitsu, and if your kids do jiu-jitsu and you're a parent, it's something you won't understand is a normal kid doesn't have the level of comfort that you get being close to someone, they're being smashed by someone, the constant hugging, the touching, is going to be different for a kid that trains jiu-jitsu that doesn't. They're
I used to be
comfortable
completely against being touched.
Yeah,
I do not like being touched.
The kids are gonna like kids that train. They're completely comfortable with arm or hugging or grabbing or maybe another kid that doesn't train. They're not comfortable with that. They're not used to that. So I was trying to tell the principal that too. I was like, hey, his level.
You were trying to reason with the principal?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was like, because he was trying to give them all kind. They were trying to put him in like special programs and blah blah blah.
Management,
yeah, and I'm like, his level of comfort is different. Like he.
Did you tell him first of all I'm smarter than you?
I don't ever. But anyways, I was like, I was trying to tell him. So I ended up agreeing to like a week of class instead of the fucking 3 months that they were trying to do. And I was like, fine.
You should have took him out of that fucking school and put him somewhere else.
His school was almost over. So.
That was last year?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I agree kids should be training, but fuck the parents that don't train.
Yep.
If you come in and
I don't mind if your parents. There's a lot of parents that just like watching their kids do what they do and have fun.
Hey, there was a new parent there the other day. I was rolling, and I don't remember if I was whooping someone's ass or getting my ass whooped, but she was talking about some wild shit when I was there rolling. I was trying to listen to the conversation. I was like, damn, girl, what you got going on over there? Oh, fucking in the novella and shit. I was like, what's going on over here? Just talking about shit, and I'm like trying not to get fucking smashed. I just wanted to listen to the conversation and shit.
I got some. Why are the parents wearing shoes? Why is everyone wearing shoes in the gym right now?
Hey, don't wear your fucking shoes in the gym.
I'm seeing that everywhere, and I was gonna ask Omar. I was like, why is everyone wearing shoes now? I see everyone walking around.
I'm gonna ask Omar if I can fucking start checking people on that.
Yeah, because that's really annoying. It's frustrating. Yesterday, someone walked on the mats with their shoes.
Oh damn.
And they were that's the level that it's getting to, where people are just disrespecting like. And it's like, I get that they don't understand, like,
let me put my shoes on your face. That's basically what it is.
It's exactly what you're doing, yeah. So I've noticed that happening in the gym. So
you gotta stop being so nice.
I think
it's a fucking combat sport.
I think so.
We have certain people that are enforcers about it.
Jay, I'll be yelling at people too, but I gotta get louder about it. I don't want to fuck up Omar's business.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I will fuck your white belt up if you come fucking see me.
Day one.
Yeah.
Day one, getting it, right?
Everyone can get it.
Everyone can get it. That should be our mantra. Everyone can get it.
If you ankle lock someone's wife, you're gonna get fucking greenlit, and it's gonna fucking happen.
Ankle lock. You mean wrist lock?
No, ankle lock.
Who ankle
I don't want to talk about it on here.
Uh-oh.
But you fucking greenlit.
Uh-oh.
I hope you know that it's you, because I'm coming for you.
Uh-oh.
You may have got it yesterday because of that. Yeah. If we got some new cauliflower ear coming up there, Playboy. Don't be ankle locking people's wives. Or wrist locking motherfuckers' wives. Shit.
I did it slow, man. I did it slow.
You think you did it slow?
I know I did it slow. So whenever I tried
to armbar her one time. I had that shit fully fucking ripped. I could not break her grip.
She's really good. So
I think I wrist locked her.
Yeah. Like I said,
no, on purpose, because I couldn't break the fucking. I couldn't break the armbar.
I think we talked about before. Like when I roll with girls, I try not to use strength. I try to just use technique. Yeah. And so like when I go north south, when I go north south on a girl, I never sprawl out. I stay on my knees. So like I'm not putting a lot of weight.
Control.
Yeah, or side control. Like I stay on my knees. I
don't be north south.
I don't do a lot of pressure passing and pressure things with the women, because obviously I'm gonna fucking crush them if I start doing that.
Yeah. Not that little ass body you got going on over there.
Hey, I'm still 2-something, right? So
you gotta be 2-something to do something.
Anyway, so with her, I was like, but it was harder because stuff that I normally do wasn't working because I wasn't putting a lot of pressure.
Because you're not very good.
Yeah, so she was like turning and like. So then I was like, all right, and I was working because when they put their arm down on the mat and then you're like, all right, that's it. So that's kind of when I started going. As soon as the arm hit, I put my chest and I started pulling in, and I was like, and I got her. But I did it softly.
I try to focus mostly on being in a bad position.
Yeah, me too.
Smaller people or girls.
Unless it's my wife, because she beats me up all the fucking time.
I will say I went. I rolled with someone this week, a blue belt. I rolled twice. I tapped him the first time, and then the second time I was like, hey, let me start in a bad position. And I started from a bad position, and I was able to escape, get to mount and everything. And I was like, I felt good about it. I was like, all right, if I can, because the competition is coming up, so I was like, in the competition, I get stuck in like half guard a lot and whatever. So I've been really focusing on escaping half guard, getting out of half guard, and doing things like that. And I was like, all right, put me in, and I was able to get out.
I got a new fire shit from Half Guard. One of the fucking younger blue belts found out about the other day. Supposedly has a hurt knee.
Dude, your half guard's getting.
I got a new fucking technique from there. And his dad told me yesterday. He was like, hey, he was like, oh, he's at this wrestling camp. And he was like, hey, he supposedly hurt his knee. And I was like, he should have tapped. Fuck him.
Fucking guy.
Did you get
anyone can get it?
Everyone can get it.
I tried to knee bar Kyle yesterday. He just laughed at me, and then he fucked me up.
We actually started. We did. I lied to him. I was like, hey, Omar.
I saw you.
What did you tell him?
From the back or
He was
something.
like, hey, Omar. I told him, I was like, hey, Omar said I get to start from a seatbelt grip from the back. He's like, all right. Okay.
Did you get him?
Well, I got him, but he kind of coached me through it.
I saw that. That was
the bow and
awesome.
arrow.
Yeah.
And then I started, same thing.
You know something that I saw with the bow and arrow? I think it was Hickson was showing. So normally you grab the bow and arrow and you grab it like this, right? Mm-hmm. He was literally saying you let go and you just grab it with those 3 fingers.
So you can get more
and it
wrist
gets more
manipulation.
wrist leverage in it, and to finish it, don't
Don't try that shit. You're not Hickson.
Like he mentioned multiple times, like letting go. Like a lot of people grab it like this
because your wrist is
it's stiff.
Yeah,
and he said you have to let go and go like so you get that twist in it. I was like, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly.
Kyle told me last night to change to hip out and push them further down on your hips.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I was trying to get it up here and do like the muscle choke. He's like, just push it down, and then you get more leverage. You could actually use your back.
You can use your back.
Yeah.
You really get the bow in the
there's different variations of it. The ones that I found are the worst are when they get the leg behind the back. So normally you step over. A lot of times you have to step over one and you chop the leg. Yeah.
You put the
but
shin
the
on
one
their
where you
back.
put the shin on the back.
Yeah.
Bro, that's dude.
That was the first submission I ever caught.
Because you'd be like, your whole back is bent like
Just
a bow and
arched,
arrow. So it's like everything hurts. You're like, holy crap. Yeah, those ones are brutal.
Hard to get out of too.
They're super hard to get out of.
We got some shit this motherfucker right here want to talk about real quick.
What?
What you say? You want to end it?
No.
Oh, so how do you feel about like the new school Instagram shit versus the fucking rice and beans? What do you think?
I think it depends. We were.
Well, let me jump in real quick. I'm too fat for new school shit.
Some new school shit. I think you get some.
I'm shit too broken for new school
shit, dude. I just want to fucking
new school shit.
My neck.
Yeah, see, that's what I was talking. This motherfucker over here on Instagram fucking saying, "Oh, check out this man move."
But you have to.
Why don't you be catching me with any of that new shit?
You have to take everything you watch with a grain of salt because it is Instagram and some of the shit is made to look cool.
Dude, that's funny.
It's like non-functional. It just looks cool with someone that's not trying to defend.
I was watching Instagram when I was gone, and I had that in my notes. So I didn't think about that. I had that in my notes to talk about, but it's like, they're doing this flashy shit so they look cool on Instagram. But it's like you're never gonna catch that.
That's 100% right.
Yesterday, I'm gonna say his name if he listens, Adolfo tried to berimbolo me, and I knew he was setting it up, so I let him do it. And then he was
good shit. If
it is, but I was like, he was like, "How'd you like that back take?" And I was like, "I let you fucking take it. Like I let you get it." So it's just like you're not getting a fucking berimbolo on me unless you're my size.
Heavy. Yeah, you're heavy.
But Big Danny gets it on me a lot. He's good at it.
He's got weight to throw around. You have to have the weight to
He's bigger than me, similar in weight, but he's way bigger than me, so he can do it.
I did the one.
Towson?
Towson showed us. I did it to Cassie.
I was going to show that.
I caught Cassie yesterday in it. I fought to get her leg. She's getting pretty good, so I fought to get her leg down there. And then I got it, and I said, "You ready?"
Beating up your daughter?
Yeah, hell yeah! Anyone can get it. Remember?
Get it.
I was like, "You ready to go for a ride?" And she goes, "Huh?" And I was like, "Boom!" And I threw it, and I took her back. She's like, "God damn it!"
That's funny. When Brianna first started, fucking Omar was rolling with her, and he was like, "Where you want to go? You want to go Florida or Alaska?" And she was like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm fucking balloon sweeper."
I will say I saw Omar do balloon sweep someone yesterday, purple belt, and I was like, "Ooh!"
I missed it.
I was like, "Damn."
He can get it.
Damn.
He can get it if you're seated on your feet, man. If you're
he can pick you up from your feet.
You know who is the sneakiest with it? I'm gonna say his name because I don't think he listens. Santiago. The other day I was rolling. He balloon sweeps me a bunch of times. But the other day we were rolling and I felt him jerk it. And I was like, not today. And then I started to adjust and he jerked it. Fucking got me over. Yeah. I was fully based out, like sprawled out, squatted, like full catcher stance, and he fucking got it on me.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And because I was so based, by the time he got me like to the right angle, I like flew over. I was like, what the fuck? I literally told him, I was like, not today. And then he fucking got it on me still. Yeah.
He's a sleeper, dude. He's a sleeper.
Dude, he's jacked. I asked him the other day, I was like, you work out, huh? And he was like, yeah. I was like, you don't tell anybody? He was like, no.
Yeah, he's definitely, he's just a quiet, like.
He's super quiet.
Dude, he's jacked city.
I like him.
That's why little homie got his knee hurt, because he was trying to go hard in Santiago, so I had to fucking mat and force his ass.
He'll put it on you.
Oh, he puts it on me if he decides he wants to roll.
Yeah.
What do you think about old school versus new school?
I think if you only focus on the new school stuff, then you're missing out.
Yeah.
Like, I think for sure, just like anything, you got to have that foundation and learn all the basic stuff. Because if you get to that point where you're like in a situation, you're trying something new, and then you don't have the foundation, you're gonna fall.
And we're still all at the point of we're trying to build a foundation. I don't believe you actually get like the hot shit until you're at black belt. Because you've already built your foundation. You're like, okay, no, I know my foundation's there. Yeah. I know I'm situationally sound everywhere. Now let me try the lapel. Let me try this. Let me try that. You know what I mean?
I'll purposely go in on days and be like, I'm only doing armbar from guard. Guard or something, just like the basic stuff. And then just so I can like keep up with those skills. Because if you don't practice it, sometimes you lose it.
I never really considered it old school versus new school because when I started jiu-jitsu, it was always we were all in the new school fucking vein of things, right? Mm-hmm. I knew who Hickson was and shit like that, so I understood there was a different style of jiu-jitsu, versus like Hickson versus like Eddie Bravo, right? That was my knowledge of jiu-jitsu at the time. But once Leo started talking about the rice and beans, it's like he's like, I don't do any of that fancy shit. And his wife really drove it into my head because she's a multi-stripe black belt too. I think she's a 3-stripe black belt. She's been training forever. I think she's been training even longer than Leo. She's been training since the 90s, I think. And they were talking in Portuguese, and I said it to him, and he said it, and then she didn't really quite understand it. And then he said it to her in Portuguese, and she's like, rice and beans, that's all you need to do. Yeah. She's like old school pressure and smashing people, that's what wins. And it's like,
that meme is like, how do you handle, it says, how do you handle these young guys? And he goes, pressure.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how do you handle like D1 wrestlers? She's like, heavy pressure. Yeah. Like how do you handle spazzy white belts? She's like, super heavy pressure.
That's funny because like rolling with white belts, smashing them consistently always. I don't know if they realize I'm just cooking them.
Yeah.
Because some of them I could just go hard. If I start going hard on them, I could get them quickly.
But I think that's also part of our game being older too. Yeah. Like I talk about.
I want to wear them down.
I talk about that so when I roll with like a team. Like if I roll with a team that's like I know that's good, that's obviously good. I can usually catch them, but it's only because I'm stronger than them, bigger than them, right? Yeah. But if I catch them and can't tap them like within a minute, I'm tired.
Yeah.
They're not.
And then they're going to come.
And then they're going to come at it. And then you're defending the rest of the time. So I've learned that if I roll with someone younger than me that I know is good, I'm going to cook the shit out of you for 4 minutes.
And I'm happy getting one submission.
Yeah. No, I'll wait. I'll cook the shit out of you for 4 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to tap you at the end.
Yeah,
so that I can be like, all right, now you got 30 seconds of because I know even after that they're gonna pop up, be full of energy. So I'm like, you got 30 seconds, and I'm like, you ain't catching me.
Not me. In that time, I'm good with that. But in that time before I hit the submission, I'm trying to cook them so much they ain't popping up.
What about self-defense jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, you wanted to talk about that, and I was thinking about it as soon as you said that. So like that goes back to fucking that debate that happened on the internet a couple months ago. You got Jeff Glover versus fucking Henry Gracie. I bet if I was to really break it down, I bet Henner gets Jeff just because he's bigger than him. He's been rolling way longer than fucking Jeff. I bet Henner beats him, but not if Henner tries that old school Gracie Jiu-Jitsu fucking self-defense shit, which
we're just did in his match.
Well, we're old school fucking Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. We're from the lineage, but we don't do the self-defense shit in our school, and I think it's good for us because we come from. Although we're from that lineage, our professor is a competitor, a sport jiu-jitsu competitor. Maybe you could or couldn't balloon sweep someone in real life, but I think if you try to go against someone who's doing that fucking old school fucking front push kick shit, you're gonna fuck them up. Yeah. You know what I mean? What do you think? So you this is good for you because your background is in self-defense. It's self-defense based grappling, right? Yeah. The Marines combative shit, the fucking shit you did as a security guy. That's all it is. So what do you think? Do you think yourself now would fuck up the instructor that was there a couple months ago?
Yeah. I think it's. I mean, just the not only just the moves, but the amount of time that you put into it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, self-defense, it's for that situation. Yeah. If you're competing and you're trying to do a self-defense type style, it's
not going to work.
It's not going to work, yeah.
But, but the sports jiu-jitsu will work.
It translates in both,
That's funny because the other day, I always see this like on Instagram with women that train, and they always show the fucking if someone bear hugs you from the back,
And they break.
yeah, they break in, like they trip them. It's like, bitch, if you do that shit to me in fucking real life,
I'm taking your back.
Fuck out of
yeah,
here.
I'm taking your fucking, I'm gonna suplex you, like,
or take your back.
yeah. And it's like, why do women keep showing this? Like, it works
But-
in jiu-jitsu with the rules, but
Yeah.
it doesn't work in real life.
Well, I mean, if you practice it, it might work. It
Maybe,
might,
yeah.
might work.
I mean,
on someone that doesn't.
No, I tell you about. There's no doubt it will work.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Alberto showed some stuff like that once on like a Saturday or something.
That's
like
because it's
that.
the
It
old
was
school
pretty
Gracie
cool.
shit. He's more old school Gracie than us.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything that you can do.
I mean, the biggest key things I think if you were gonna take, let's say you were gonna get into a fight, and you wouldn't go for, you were not pulling guard.
No.
Right, there's certain
No.
techniques you're probably not going to go.
I don't know. I feel like there's. I could be remembering this wrong, but I think Wiltsey talked about pulling guard on people in the fucking streets and fucking them up.
But the key is this situation awareness. If
Yeah.
it's one-on-one,
Multiple
you're probably
attackers.
fine.
Yeah.
If there's multiple attackers, you're not pulling guard.
Yeah.
you're
You don't wanna
going.
stomp,
And that's where like, I'm not. I don't know how effective Krav Maga is, but
That shit is not effective.
one
If
of
you do
their-
Krav Maga, I will fuck you up.
One of their key things is don't get stuck on the ground, because if there's multiple attackers, like, you don't want to be on the ground. And so I will say that, like, if you're in a situation where you're surrounded, you don't want to be on the ground. So like a takedown, throw them down, back up, get away kind of thing. You don't want to engage. Just get the fuck out of there, right?
That's
So-
where a technical stand-up really works, because you can block your face while you're
to
standing
get
up.
up. Yeah, 100%.
I'm a little too fat for that, but
You like that panda, the pandas, like the panda videos are just
roll.
falling
Yeah.
everywhere, rolling,
that's me.
falling out of trees and shit. Like, oh.
Have you ever tried any of the self-defense shit you taught on people?
Yeah.
Does it work?
Sure. Yeah. I've
In
actually
jiu-jitsu,
done-
does it work?
Maybe it's kind of like dick move shit though. You know.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
if you-
Hey, there's no
different.
dick moves.
Yeah, if you actually tried it, you could probably hurt somebody. Like one move I'm thinking is, in particular is like that I've tried before on an actual person. You come behind them, you grab their shoulders. You know they're talking shit to somebody. You grab their shoulders and you kick their knee out, and they just fall down. And you can just freak
Yeah, but
out.
they do that too in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
So
it's
when
the
you
same.
take the back, they jump up.
And then
Have you
push the
seen
knee
it?
out,
They
yeah.
put their feet in their knees and
Yeah.
push their knees
Same-
out and
yeah,
fall
same
back.
thing.
Well, I do one similar to that. If I can arm drag you, I'll usually just go for like the waist seat. I don't know what you'd call it,
Yeah.
but like the
And then
waist seat belt.
suplex.
I don't suplex. I literally just stick my foot
Oh, yeah,
behind your
trip-
heel and
trip.
trip them down.
Dude, I did that last night on one of the white belts. I forget his name.
Hell
Tall-
yeah.
Tall dude with the beard.
It don't matter his name. You got fucking smashed.
4 stripes.
White
Yeah. Like,
belt
Yeah,
slayer.
you're talking
but
about.
I think it might hurt his knee because like it's tricky. If you pull down
Yeah.
and you trip, then their knee is.
Well, that's like if you look
at
at what's that takedown that Gordon Ryan did when he was going up against, what was it, the Mountain or whatever his name is?
Oh yeah, he did.
He
this.
Oh, I didn't see that.
he basically went to the side like you were talking seatbelt him, but he switched. So he switched his legs like this
to the front.
to the front leg,
Yeah, yeah.
put it up like almost like a bench, and then pulled him over his knee.
Yeah.
So he fell backwards over
Yeah,
his knee.
Lightly, yeah.
Yeah, lightly.
I think that's a better.
But
move.
it was like, but you assume the risk then,
Yeah.
because if your leg straightens out and they fall
sure,
down,
yeah,
you're
that's
just.
true,
So if you hold it up straight though, it's probably not going to hurt yourself. But you, in that situation, you're taking the risk, because if they fall wrong or you don't post correctly and all their weight ends up on your knee, you're gonna fuck your shit up. But that takedown, I mean, look at the size difference
Yeah.
between
It's
Gordon
effective.
Ryan and
It's
him. I mean, that
effective,
dude's a fucking. I mean, they call him the fucking Mountain.
Yeah.
And he took him down.
I think I
with
could take
knees
the
like that.
mountain.
You are not taking.
100%. I'll take him.
You are not taking.
100%. I'll ankle pick that big motherfucker because you know he's less mobile than I am.
Yeah,
For
but he's
sure.
like 300.
Well,
pounds
he is
of
now because
pure
he tore his
muscle.
pec.
Yeah, well, even better for me. Everyone can get it.
He's like, right in the pec.
I think if you do that technique, it's safer if you pull back before you trip them.
Yeah.
Because if you fall straight down, then their knee buckles. You know?
Yeah.
If you pull back, they have.
But that's
that
like
chance.
that's like that octopus guard, the sweep where you have you kind of in lockdown, and then you come up, you grab the opposite leg, their thigh, and then you roll into them. If you don't take your leg and pull their leg out of the way, and this is what happened. I don't know who remember who.
Hey,
tried
hold
to do
on.
it to
You
me.
still have the cardboard in your hat?
I do, yeah. Why are you hating?
That's paisa as fuck, dog. You still got the cardboard in
Why are
there?
you hating? Shut the fuck up.
My hat looks
keeps
my,
it
my
warm,
hat's
man.
equally as square. I ain't
That's
got no cardboard in my
I'll
shit.
take it out eventually. I don't wear this one a lot.
You got the sticker on there still? Let me see the bill.
Look, this
You
guy
got the sticker.
is
Oh,
such
this
a
motherfucker's got the
fucking
sticker too.
hater. Keep drinking your haterade, bro.
I
I don't wear this hat a lot, anyways, because it's white and I know I'm a dirty. That's why I was worried
That's why I
about.
buy the hat, 'cause
I was
it's
worried about dirtying this shirt today. I was like, man, I don't fucking stain the fuck out
Yeah,
of
I'm
it
gonna save
today.
it for a
So I was
special
like,
occasion.
fuck. But I was like, I was
make
gonna
you
wear
guys
it
more.
today. I was
Not
gonna wear
everyone
it
gets
today,
special
so.
ones, but these guys can get special ones.
Man, see, you distracting me. I don't even know what
Good.
that
Yeah, fuck that hat. You got the cardboard.
Screw
I can
this
see
guy.
it. I can see the cardboard.
I don't care. I'm not wearing it out of the house today.
That's
I'm
some real
changing hats 'cause
piece of
it'll
shit,
get
dude.
Damn, that hurts my feelings.
Let's pause again. I gotta fucking piss my pants.
Anyways, always gotta pee, like a small ass bladder. But I think we're gonna end
I had
it.
to pee.
He had to pee. Good time, great time. Actually, thanks
We
for being
should
the
bring
first
this
guest,
up.
though, man.
We should bring this up.
Bring what up?
I've never submitted this fool. Have you ever submitted him?
Yeah.
I think he let you. But
You got a clean one.
this dude is the monster on the mat that no one wants to fucking roll with. Yeah, yesterday when I picked you, I thought we were going to be doing some fuck shit technique, and I was like, God damn it, I got to roll with this motherfucker through like 15 techniques.
Yeah. I mean, there was a reason why we said you're Misa Destroyer. I think he definitely
My wife was telling me last
put
night.
it on people.
She's like, do you realize? Because I was telling her like, oh, I got this thing, and like, you know, I'm super self-critical. She's like, do you realize that you know you're as good as you are? I'm like, what?
I don't think anybody realizes that they're as good as they are.
You know what? You know what she needs to realize? Do you realize how lucky she is? Have you seen this fucking specimen of a man right here?
I mean,
Look at that shit.
pythons.
Pythons. One day she told me she was too good looking for you.
She definitely is, dude. She's fucking hot.
Have you ever seen this? Look at this mustache. Look at this solid ass mustache right here.
I'm working on
You
it.
see that right there? Shit. You're lucky, girl. Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Dude,
We
I
were
had a
like,
good time,
we
man.
were talking about inviting someone, and I was like, man, let's invite Misa, and he was like instantly like, fuck yeah. So I was like, it was awesome.
I like what you're doing, man. It's fun. I think it's cool because it's like, it's something that brings us all kind of together.
Yeah.
Something to watch. I look forward to watching them every Monday, you know, and like it's some cool.
I'll say I appreciate like when we go to the gym. A lot of times, everyone's talking about the last podcast or asking about a podcast, or they'll come up about say something, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then they're like, "The podcast." I was like, "Oh yeah." So yeah, we definitely appreciate all the positive vibes everyone throws. If you guys have suggestions, leave them in the comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on. It's fun. Hopefully, we'll have more guests soon, and we'll just keep rolling with it. You got anything to say?
Us.
Oh.
Peace.